It is my pleasure to announce that the 13th World Chess Champion, Garry Kasparov, is here and ready to join us on the show. Welcome, Garry.
Thank you, thank you. So am I too late? So is the round over?
You're almost too late, Garry, but you're one of the great attacking players, Garry, and we saw this move, d5. And I'm disappointed, Garry, that Levon did not capture Bishop takes h6.
Again, remember, I'm watching, I'm watching on the internet, and I'm just behind. So that's why you have to tell me what happened after Bishop F4.
It will be live, Garry.
I saw Bishop F4. What happened after Bishop F4?
Bishop F4. After the move Bishop F4 came.
Yeah, C5, Queen D2, D5. Yes.
Correct. C5.
Bishop takes H6.
Yes, please, Garry. Break this down for us. We were just looking at Bishop takes H6. G takes H6.
He has to take. Queen
takes H6. Knight
H7. H7, yes.
Well, we were looking at Rook E6, but Knight H7.
Well, yeah, I saw Knight H7, Knight H5, F6. I thought.
Knight H7, Knight. So these were the first moves that ran through your mind. Okay.
I just wanted to have my queen, just defending the king. So that's
right, queen.
No, wait, but it's it's not.
Knight
not clear how you
F5, Knight F5 followed by Rook A1, and we continue slowly, but it feels.
Knight F5, yes. Knight F5, F6, Rook A1, yes.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
F6, Rook A1. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I should probably go Queen F7.
Yes.
We take.
Take by.
Probably pawn, yeah.
Queen G6.
Rook takes C5 though.
Queen G, yes. Sorry. That's Queen G. Rook F5. No. Yeah, that's maybe still yes. Very
Would have been a lot more exciting than what we're about to witness.
I was having but after Rook E6 you play also Knight F5. Yes, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Rook E6. Rook E6, yes, take on H6, Rook E6, Knight F5, and then Queen G5 check, yes?
Knight F5. Well, this position we actually were very interested in. It just felt like the engines are saying it's even, Garry, but
it's exciting.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And maybe you like to be white in such positions. You
but
feel.
Is it practical for one to roll the dice like this?
As a professional player, you also know that it's so easy to sacrifice, other people's pieces.
As a professional chess commentator, it's my great honor and glory.
You finish the sentence because, of course we have to sacrifice.
Of course we do.
So, I think white has excellent position, so it's very entertaining, and I would say very little risk. Yeah, it's easy to play with white.
It's easy to
even if position is even from machine's perspective. So for humans, and also what was the alternative? I mean, just to
the game continuation.
Unfortunately, the alternative is the game continuation, Garry, and the game continuation is not attractive at all. What happened in the game is all the pieces got traded off. Levon, instead of sacrificing, he took on E5. Rook takes E5. Rook D1. And unfortunately, Garry, we've seen this throughout the tournament for Levon. He is not inspired. His play has not inspired him to play. And we will expect to draw.
Sometimes, you have players that are just getting tired of the tournament and they want just to finish it.
Yes.
So I remember that there's Vichy announced comments when it's at the end of our match in New York, in 1995. So because I want to make quick draw in the last game was white, and he was asked, so why didn't you try? Okay, he was losing -3, so it was clearly that the match was over, and Vichy said, put you in my shoes. So it's this, how can you play? I think he said something like nail biting. He clearly didn't want to play anymore. So
let's get out of here.
Yeah, exactly. So Yeah, so I think it's Levon probably had no energy. It's just to go for it. But still, I would think if the tournament goes poorly, why not to take on H6? Have fun.
Exactly.
And also, we will be happy. We will be rooting for you.
Gary,
So, what else happened there? Because I saw. Yeah, it's okay. It's a draw. Just take it away.
Take it away. For me, Gary, I wanted to ask you a question. I refer to the game between Nepo and Anish for a moment, if you don't mind. Because what happened in this game was actually extraordinary. Seriously, it's not a joke. Nepo played 20 moves and had 96 minutes. You're just like blitzing. Anish was taking his time. The gap between them became an hour, and I began reflecting on the fact that I once played against Vichy Anand, where the difference in our clocks was even closer to 2 hours. What has been the worst example for you, where your opponent just blitzed throughout the whole game?
I'm not so sure.
Not so sure.
Not so sure.
You got stopped
because you need. There are very few players who could blitz their way through. I mean, Vichy was one of them.
This game has finished in a draw.
Just to interrupt you, sorry, Gary, but we do have a handshake between Levon and Lanier. Our congratulations to the wildcard Lanier finishing with +2. Yeah. Yes, please. Sorry. Do continue, Gary.
It's not about the game, but you mentioned Vichy.
Yes.
So I think it was our first classical chess game we played in Linares in 91. Yeah, Linares 1991. So, and it was Petrov, and I was very happy because it was a really tight tournament. So I started poorly, I lost to Ivanchuk, but then I just, I was gradually catching up. And with 3 rounds to go, I think 3 rounds to go, so I think we were even. So, and I had to play Vichy, Lubo, and Yusupov, and 2 whites. So, and I was very optimistic. So I think, 3 rounds to go, yes. Yeah. We had... With Vichy, we had Petrov, and I followed our analysis because we prepared this line for Karpov in 1990. So, and we found some new ideas. I remember working with Sergei Dolmatov. It's a third move d4. So it's this very long line, and Vichy played, by just all the theoretical moves, and then just we reached the position, and I was already sitting, waiting. Okay, now this is this analysis. It's everything should work in my favor, and Vichy. Just spent a couple of minutes, and he played. I remember Rook takes d2, so it's returning the exchange. So and I just it played so quickly. Again, it doesn't solve all the problems, but I was really annoyed by him playing so quickly, and I just I made a mistake, and he escaped, and it was a draw, and it's that's what I ended up actually. I beat Lubo, but then I drew with Lisupov, and Ivanchuk won the tournament. First tournament I have not won since 1981. So and that's it was only one move, but still his the confidence that he made a move. I remember Rook takes d2. I just caught me by not surprise, but again was annoying.
Very annoying. I want to turn your attention to the game of Fabiano and Richard Rapport.
Wait, stop. But it's he played very quickly, but the position I saw will look very good for white.
Which one?
The Nepo position.
The Nepo position.
He spent a little time, but it looked at his position was considering the time he spent, it was too good.
Right. Yeah. Peter, jump in. What's just happened?
Things are actually getting quite interesting there because Anish is now, because of the pressure on the clock, Jan is still above an hour. Anish is down to 3 minutes only. But he only needs to make 2 more moves. And he played a good move here, Rook b3, which I think requires a lot of calculation because you need to worry about knight e5. After knight e5, your pieces are still hanging. There's ideas of knight takes g4 and rook h1 check.
F6, yes. F6.
I think both knight c8 and knight g6 are okay. F6 might still, no, hang on. F6 knight takes g4. And,
sorry, yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So he will have to choose between knight c8 and knight g6, both of which are okay. Knight c8 very specifically because after rook f7, the knight returns to the game with great effect, attacks the rook on f7, attacks the pawn on e4. But if this were move 35, this would have been very, very exciting and also very promising for Jan, I think. But with only 2 moves to make, it feels like Anish will probably be okay. But yeah, Jan managed to generate a lot of excitement from a position which we thought was quite dry. So yeah, I think he's played a surprisingly interesting game today from what looked like a very level situation.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And what about the game between Fabi and Richard? Because this game has much more energy, Jovi. Yeah. I mean, look, more pieces on the board.
Also, if Fabiano wins,
and Fabi,
he will be Sinquefield Cup winner outright.
As well. Just take us, how would you break down the position between Fabi and Richard exactly at this point? We just saw the move knight f3 to g5. I'm not sure about Richie's move bishop f8, by the way, but how do you like them apples, Garry?
White is slightly better. That's clearly, and no doubt about it.
Okay.
So I guess that he wants to play knight e4. Yes, now.
Yes.
I wonder why you play knight g5.
Knight g. I don't know. It's sort of annoying.
Okay, maybe you don't expect h6 knight takes e6. I mean, I'm sure
that would be nice.
you don't expect h6. So then why do you play knight g5? So what is now your knight doing on g5?
It's there. H4. Potentially, my queen could come over to f3. Okay, I don't say there's a rook lift in the position, but is this not okay? Let me make a bad move. Sorry. Let me make a bad move. Take. Let me make some more bad moves. Rook d3, knight here, and now we stop because we've got checkmates down the h file. I leave the details to yourselves, but knight h7, rook h3, I sacrifice my queen.
But rook h3, h6, actually. You have to make sure it works.
Rook h, that's a pity.
But there's...
How about knight h7 then?
Unfortunately, there's bishop h6 included somewhere. We take on c2.
No.
We take on c2, and after knight f6, we actually go into the corner, not to g7.
Yeah. You do what?
We go into the corner.
No, sorry. I go knight f6 check, of course.
King h8. King h8, unfortunately.
It's the rook on a1 is hanging. Otherwise, you could have won the queen, but rook on a1 is hanging. And now bishop h6, yes.
Yeah, and I free the f8 square to run.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Hang on, actually, variation continue. I have f6. I was getting very excited there for the idea of going rook takes h6 here, king g7, knight g4, and then bishop f6. But there will be f7, f6 there.
Yeah.
f6, yeah.
Knight g4 check. I think king f8 might actually be losing. King f8, bishop f6, king e8, knight e5.
And knight e5.
Knight e5. And this, I was so excited about this. But this, unfortunately, does not quite happen.
Because you both spotted f6 check.
Yeah, f6 here probably solves all of these.
It's an answer to the check, sorry.
Does it, though? Bishop takes f6? Hang on a second.
But it's still a draw, yes?
Yeah, I've got to prepare.
It's a king f7, rook h6, rook h7, and you have to go king g8.
King e8, knight e5 is still mate, right?
King 8, yes, it's knight e5, still mate. What's the difference?
I mean, queen b4 exists, but yeah, it's bad.
Okay, so you have to go back, and then we're going to make
king
a
g8.
No, hang on a second. Rook g7?
King h8.
King h8. No, king h8 is mate in 2.
No, king f8, king f8, king f8.
You have to go king f8, and I wanted to go knight h6. I wanted to go like full on.
You both read the same tactical checkmate book.
But
this is still a draw after king e8, unfortunately.
King e8, yeah, still a draw.
Yeah.
So this is why I think knight g5 is in Fabi. He's got these ideas of a rook lift. A rover, rook up and over, knight g5,
but
and he's trying to be
it's also
annoying.
very psychological, yes, because you know, Rapport, you know, he's a very aggressive player, and maybe now he's seeing some you know, hallucinations now. It was knight on g5. It was just so did he play a5?
No, he played knight g4, which is a good reply, I think.
Knight g4. Garry, sorry, we've got people in the studio waiting to be interviewed. Tell us when you're coming to town, and you're going to be joining us for the gala, correct?
Tomorrow, of course.
Tomorrow.
Excellent.
Yes.
And,
yes. Tomorrow by lunchtime, yes. So.
I just have one quick question I'd just like to ask your opinion on.
Go ahead.
So, who do you think will make it to the candidates? We've seen so much speculation.
This is so much, yeah, but I think it's about mathematics now. So I'm not following the details because it's about ratings. And then FIDE points. I don't think I can tell you that's this. You have to ask, you know, the bookies, not me.
On that note, thank you very much, Garry, for joining us. And
see you
tomorrow at the gala.
But no,
2nd of December is the gala.
Exactly. Thank you, Garry. And we're going to toss it